Barbara, this is amazing. How many people would love to do this? To get these nice sized catfish like this? I mean, you can get them from the shore. We're in this little inflatable, which is really comfortable. Okay, mine's hooked nice and light, so this is good. Are you okay holding on to yours? Actually, yours is hooked light too. Okay.
Okay.
You're okay holding on to yours while I take the hooks out of this one?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go again. This is like a fire drill. You know, most people would use like a boar grip, which is the mechanism that you can clamp down on their jaws. But mine is back in the bus. We call it the fishing bus because we've been traveling all over Israel using literally a tour bus. So let's see if mine's going to stay on. It's hooked just by the lip. And I don't want to get my hands cut on the braid, so you got to be careful here. Look at those pretty whiskers.
Nice hook set.
How can people not like catfish? Look at how pretty they are. Nice flat head. Okay, he's getting me soaked. If he falls off, he falls off. That's one of the good things about the stainless hooks. They don't normally open up because they're pretty strong metal. So see if I can get his mouth open without the pliers. He doesn't like it. Come on, don't get my rod handle all fishy. These things are so slick that there's nowhere on their body that you can grab onto anything. They'll just shoot right out of your hands. That's one of the reasons why they can get anywhere. So Barb, I think yours is going to be a little bit bigger. Isn't he pretty? Look at this.
Yeah, he is beautiful.
Okay, watch him disappear. You're okay sitting there? Just going to release him. Look, there's no way I can hold him. Okay, fish number 2.
Okay.
Just watch your feet.
Now, are these fish from Africa?
Yeah, that's what I've been told by James, who's the biologist that's been working with us.
Okay.
Yours is a little bit grayer color. You know, they remind me like a fish eel.
Yeah.
Aren't they pretty, Barb?
They're beautiful.
They kind of remind me of our bowfin, you know, that we have back in Canada.
Yes.
Because our catfish don't have that long dorsal fin that literally goes right around its body. Is he slick or what?
Very nice.
Did you feel how muscular he is? You haven't had one in your hands.
Yeah, you can feel his bones.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think they have scales. It's just a very smooth skin. Yeah. And even that makes him so hydrodynamic.
Little slimy.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can hold him. He's little. I don't think so.
Energy plus.
One twist and he's gone. Amazing. Now, you know, one of the reasons why we're getting so many fish, I have a feeling here that because this is a port and the commercial boats come in, a lot of times they'll clean the nets, and some of the fish that are stuck in the nets are just dropped and shaken off because they try to clean the nets, and as you can see, they've actually covered the nets now until they use them again. So the fish probably become accustomed to the sardines, even though they eat them in their natural environment out in the lake. Even though we're inside the actual harbor here, the fish will come in here regularly, probably checking to see if there's any sardines. So we're just casting out without anything on our line, like no weight or no float, and letting it sit on the bottom and slowly bringing it back. The water depth is probably about maybe 4 or 5 feet here, just barely deep enough for the boats to come in and out. You know, when you see the shores of the Kinneret, you can see it almost looks like an ocean on low tide. One of the problems here in Israel is that a lot of times they have droughts. And if I'm not mistaken, it's been a couple of years since they've had really good rainfall to bring up the level of the Sea of Galilee. And Israel really relies on it for their fresh water. That's where most of the fresh water comes from, even though they have desalination plants to convert the salt water from the Mediterranean into drinking fresh water. So here, the water's lower, and they always pray for rain, because rain is very important, because all the rain comes down from the north in the tributaries and of course fills up the Sea of Galilee. But these fish are here all the time. I'm sure if you're coming to Israel and you want to have some fun, maybe you can bring a pack rod with you, but make sure it's like a pool cue with some heavy line, like 30 to 50 pound braid.
Right on.
Because when you hook these fish, I'm telling you, it's like having a person at the other end of the line pulling on that line, wanting to pull you in. And we haven't caught any monsters. I mean, there are like 20, 30 pound fish. We've seen them, you know, some of them cruising, or you'll see them bust the bait fish on the surface make a big boil, almost like a diver's fin. Well, Barb, maybe we'll get one more, then we got to take a break.
That would be nice.
This is hard work.
Canadian Sport Fishing has been brought to you by Rapala Premium Fishing Gear, crafted from experience. Yamaha on the water. This is my Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you? Dickies, a legend in work since 1922. Lucky Strike. More fish fight with a Lucky Strike.
You know, this is such a sight. We're here on the Sea of Galilee, also known as the Kinneret in Israel. We're on the east shore, so we're across from Tiberius. And we just had a wonderful meal. And I came down with a light rod, it's a 6-pound test, and this is actually a steelhead rod. And we're casting to try to catch a fish called a large-scale barbel and also tilapia. So look at this little tilapia. It almost looks like a brim or a sunfish back home. But these fish are excellent eating. They're also called St. Peter's fish. You can see it hit a small vertical jigging spoon. It probably thought the spoon was a bait fish. Now, many of the tilapia species aren't piscivoreal. That means that they don't feed on fish or even other organisms. Oh, he's gone. But that particular species does.